my water. That's what we got. We go here from Cork. That's what got your people
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I want to say how proud I am to see you brave soldiers toughing the weather to be here again to stand up against the injustice happening in Barbados. So I want to thank each and every one of you for showing your bravery and still coming out this morning. As Winston said, our brother Candle is not feeling well, so we wish him back to full health. So in the meantime, we hold the fort for him and do a job that he'll be proud of. So I won't waste time today. I will get straight on to this sewage water business. For the entire week in Barbados, we have our brass stacks, the moderators, discussing Barbadians drinking sewage water to replenish the aquifers. And we have a whole host of political actors coming on the radio to tell Barbadians that drinking sewage water is much cleaner than the water that we have now. This fella, calling himself John Mwanza, came on Barbadian radio to tell the people of this country that he can come up with a solution to make sewage water cleaner than it is the natural limestone water in Barbados. And he sought to defend a very incompetent minister, Wilfred Abrams. This is the same Wilfred Abrams that came to the public and told us that we were already drinking sewage water. That's Wilfred Abrams. So I do not know how for the life of me you can tell an entire country that they are drinking sewage water and everyone's still going to work and doing everything like normal. This country should be shut down and the people of this country should no longer be going to work because your health is at risk. Where a government can be putting sewage water into your clean water aquifers. And then you have a bunch of idiots running out talking about they will drink the sewage water. I want to first volunteer all 30 members of parliament to drink the sewage water that they are giving the people of this country. Because before 2018 we were not drinking any sewage water. But since Mayor Molly came in, she came up with a brilliant plan to contaminate our clean water, to put sewage into it. They're even selling our clean water to cruise ships and export it to foreign exchange, while seeking to give us the nasty water. This thing is so bad that when we were sleeping, they were passing legislation in this country called the Water Reuse Act. And in the Water Reuse Act, the definition for what they are calling black water. Black water is human urine along with human excreta. That's two. So they want to mix human urine and human excreta along with this thing they're calling grey water, which is the water flushed from the toilet, to create what they call domestic wastewater, and then this domestic wastewater is going into the European water aquifers. I say that every minister responsible for putting sewage into the pipes of Barbadians should be asked to resign from managing the affairs of this country. And no minister who can go to St. John and tell the people who have not had water for 6 months that their dry pipes have a leak. That is what we have for ministerial governance in Barbados. Yes, so I am saying to you, if you don't want to drink this water that you're purporting, hand it down by the IMF, because if I have a government minister or a permanent secretary in the clothes of a minister, but he doesn't have any power, this, William Strong, is going to the IMF to tell the people at the IMF that they want to give Barbadians sewage water to drink. And this John Bowanza, wherever he came from, came to Barbados to tell us that he can make sewage water cleaner. But they asked the question, if Bowanza is such an expert, what did they bring back Bowanza where he was from and made him the minister of waterworks down there? It didn't happen. When he came here in Barbados, telling educated Barbadians, people who went to school, primary school, secondary school, college, he is telling the brightest people in the world, this John Bowanza, that they should be okay with drinking sewage water. We had so much rainfall in Barbados over the last couple of days. So the Lord is showing them that they're liars. Look at today, Barbados is flooded with water, but it's not going to capture that water. All of the rainfall that happened in Barbados over the last couple of days, that water is flowing back out into the sea and wasting. So they don't want you to capture the rainwater. They don't want to build the desal plants. But let's bright Bowanza and Ryan Strong and Wilfred Aaron and Mia Motley could come to us to tell us about drinking sewage water. I say no way. I say no way. We are not drinking any sewage water. So send a firm message to Mia Motley. Send a firm message to Ryan Stewart. Send a firm message to Santino Bradshaw, who's now the Minister of Water Resources, that we will not be drinking any sewage water. And I will say this one more time. I throw up the challenge to all 30 members of Parliament to sample the first set of sewage water that they want to give to the people of this country. So the same way that they went on TV and fooled the people that they were taking vaccines, but they were taking saline water. They were taking saline water on TV and saying to us that they were taking vaccines. So the same way they will put on the data about vaccines, they should come on the TV and drink the same sewage water to prove that it's so that it's safe as they say. I can bet you, if you go to Man's house, you will see pearls and pearls of water. Because he ain't drinking the same sewage water that he wants to put Barbadians on. And this man is saying that Kemar Stuart told lies to the country when he said that the sewage tax, there's a sewage that only 40% of the country have got to. I sure all of these people here connected to sewage, but they've got to pay a sewage tax. And that sewage tax making $80 million a month in this country. And this John Bowanza gonna come to Barbadians and say that Kemar Stuart was telling lies and then make $80 million a month. I believe economists like Kemar Stuart, a man who deals with numbers. I don't believe numbers, sir. I do not believe it because this same John Bowanza is being paid $30,000 a month. He is being paid $30 million a month in Barbados. $30,000 a month to tell the people of this country about drinking nasty sewage water. But they started when the government sabotaged that sewage plant and ran sewage all over the streets of this country. Now they're going and begging the Chinese for money. They're begging the Europeans for money. And now they're begging the IMF for $600 million to tell you that they want to build a tertiary level sewage treatment plant to put nasty, belly-aching sewage into the water of the people in this country. I say, when you're strong, you must go. I say, when for Abraham, you must go. I say, Leomoli, you must go. And I'm saying that we need to fire this John Mwanza, who's being paid $30 million a month. Sorry, $30,000, $30,000 a month to come to this country and learn on public radio. We had, since 2018 April, a plan called the Water Rehabilitation Plan, drafted up by the European Union. And Barbados was getting loans from the European Union to fix the sewage. They put aside $131 million to fix the sewage plant. All of the money gone. All of the money is gone. That's why they're going to borrow money for the island. So they're keeping money from the sewage. The Barbados Water Authority is being used as a slush fund to build and feed the taxpayers money in this country. That they change that sewage tax for coming into the consolidated fund so that they can verify how much the sewage tax has paid. At least 3 or 4 boards resigned from Barbados Water Authority because they said that the same companies were getting the contract over and over and over. So the board has admitted that the government is taking money from the Water Authority. So we, the people, need to stand up against the corruption that is water in Barbados. I was called again in the name of the Lord and in the rain and in the water that came down poured on us, showers of blessing, that these people are supposed to live in a system to collect my water. They don't want to go and give us nasty sewage water. I say about this, and the Prime Minister of this country ran out and told the public I was not being accurate in my information. I was being more than accurate. I was being more than accurate. She sent Santia Bradshaw to Europe, Netherlands specifically. I when I checked it out, the Netherlands has 99% of sewage reused water running through their pipes. And they do not drink the pipe water. The people in Europe do not drink their own pipe water. That same buffoon, Aaron, somebody needs to tell him that the people in Miami, they don't drink the pipe water. But this is all about corruption. Because we have about 5 or 6 new bottled water companies in Barbados. We have about 5 or 6 new bottled water brands in Barbados. I told you from the time they turned off the water on the people in St. John that this was all about corruption. How can St. John, one of the parishes who have natural springs and flowing water, that they can be saying that their water is scarce, and in fact the whole of Barbados water is scarce? So I am saying to these wicked charlatans that want to poison the people of Barbados, you will not achieve your goal to kill the people of this country. All will pass away in force, trust me. The all will not succeed and try to poison the water of this country. We are accustomed to drinking natural limestone water. You know how good it feels to get home and have a nice cold drink of ice water from the fridge? They want to take that from you. They want you to drink the nasty water from so first or that. They're stealing money. Keeping all of the money. Take people about this thing because they can't fix corruption and locking up ministers. No boy, you get locked up yet. If the last government steal, they're thieving and bad. When it's gone,
He had demanded to put all of the public procurement contracts at Claypole. They issued so many government contracts, and there's no public record that you can go and reference how much money was given away on those public contracts. And Ryan Strong needs to face the music. Ryan Strong needs to face the public for the fact that he has his name on a letter falsifying a document saying that he wanted to borrow money post-COVID in the name of a committee, and this committee was not meeting. So Ryan Strong is falsifying documents to borrow loans from the IMF and the IDB. I say that is corruption. And Ryan Strong, the man that's talking about giving Barbadians sewage, he needs to pack his bags and go. He needs to pack his bags and go. So I am again proud of the people in this country for standing up against the injustice. And as we pass the parliament of this country, I want to remind you that we are now in a banana republic, a republic without rules, a republic that was a republic before it had a constitution, a constitutional review, a scenario that they're bringing to this country after the fact. They can't consult you. But I want y'all to think about when we broke away from the Queen. They had us on lockdown, and they opened this country for 1 day to allow people to come into a square to support a Republican day, and then allow you back on the day after. Think about it. During COVID, they allowed all of the big supermarkets to open at Price Goes Barbadians, but they shut down the small man shops. And they had what you call a COVID unit running down Barbadians, kicking in Barbadians' door. Because somebody met the COVID officers, police in this country. If they had guns, it would have been hell with them. But I'm not surprised, because part of that COVID unit was the same Ronald Chapman. This was the same fella who was on the Brass Stats program with me, trying to convince me that sewage water is healthy for the people of Barbados. But for a time, Chapman made himself an idiot. Well, he handled that COVID thing. I'm not surprised that he said that. I'm not surprised that he said that. Because all of those persons who call themselves COVID czars or Caesars or whatever they live, which included the same David Ellis, by the way. Which included the same David Ellis, by the way. So I was not surprised that it was cornered in a debate with David Ellis, consultant, COVID consultant, Ronald Chapman, COVID czar, and all of these big scientific doctors, because they were on the payroll from the beginning. And I want my people not to be distracted with the distracting tactics that they may choose to deploy to numb your minds from the fact that the economy of this country is in separation, to numb your minds against the fact that the supermarket prices killing Barbadians, the gas prices killing Barbadians, the cost of house and land killing Barbadians, flow and the diesel killing Barbadians, the government of Barbados killing Barbadians, light and power raping Barbadians, and they're now trying to set up the Barbados Water Authority to completely kill us all. But I will ask our ancestors and our Father above to protect the people of this country. Because as they continue to sell out Bridgetown, sell out government headquarters to build a hotel, they're taking away the land from the people at Savvy on the Bay. And that land at Savvy on the Bay is supposed to go for hotel development. And I will not be surprised to hear that a couple of the government ministers have shares in the hotels that is supposed to go by Savvy on the Bay. But Savvy on the Bay belongs to our ordinary entrepreneurs operate their businesses there. If that business, Savvy on the Bay, was operated by people of certain hues, nothing would have happened to that establishment. But this is a bigger plan to run you off your beaches. This is a bigger plan to control the beaches and to give them over to our new slave masters. Check the east coast of Barbados, all of it is for sale. And the government, through this new legislation, the Barbados Water Authority Amendment Act, they have now given themselves permission to build on Zone 1. They have given themselves permission to develop 3,737 hectares of land. These people are going to steal 3,737 hectares of land in the name of development. So y'all need to call up that Minister William Duguay and ask him what is happening with the land of Barbados and where are they building a geriatric hospital on Zone 1 property, which is a water zone. For these people to go and contaminate the water aquifers. Do not build on Zone 1 lands. Do not poison the people of this country. I am saying to you, my people, when they give away our water to the hotels and the cruise ships, both charging the hoteliers $32 for a water bill. And even if you have $80 in arrears, they want to come and look off your water bill. But allowing hotels to run up water bills in this country, $80,000 and $100,000, and the government's not turning it off. But they want to turn off your water, the sewage water that they're saying they're going to give the people of this country. So my people, I am asking you to stand up against this tyranny and to reject any movement from Ryan Sean and Bill Motley to be giving the people sewage water to drink. My people, you do not need any sewage water. Barbadians do not need any sewage water. And this is a message to John Mwaza. The FB find out, Mwaza, that you have already started the process of giving the people of this country sewage water to drink. I am saying to you that whenever the people's opposition comes to government, you will be exiled from Barbados. Yes, so we're back here again. This building on our left, our right, sorry, but my left, your right. This building, you're saying is supposed to be given over to a new development in Barbados. And this new development will involve the residents at Nelson Street being moved out of their homes, specifically the residents at London Bourne Towers. They are going to move those residents and cram them up in this building because they have already approved the London Bourne Towers to be sold for hotel development. All of the people living over there at Bethel, over by Bethel Church, they have written all of those residents, giving them letters from the Planning and Development Department, County Planning, telling those people that they'll be surveying and subdividing land. And and they're approaching them, willing to make them financial offers to take over those lands. All along their street, they still have not paid back Miss Ram a white cent for taking up Miss Ram's property. And the government is going around compulsorily acquiring the lands of Barbadians and paying them in bonds. It is junk bonds. Because after our superstar Prime Minister defaulted on our debt, she got us banned from the international market, and our bonds went down to junk, and they want to give Barbadians junk bonds to hold. Even if you have an injury, the government is saying they're not giving you any compensation financially. They're saying that they want to pay you in bonds. If you had a court settlement, they're going to pay you in bonds. My people, these are the same bonds that they wrote off, the treasury bills that they cut in 2018 that you had your investments in. Then they bought this boss program, and they're now forcing the people to invest in a boss program, and all of the boss programs have failed. All two of the boss programs have failed. The best program that they gave $303 million to the hotels. Who took the money and repaired the hotels? And then they went over magic. I know they don't want the government right saying, but they want to run you down. They want to run down sick people to get bills for death going to the hospital for sickness, etc. $40 million they want to run you down for a hospital bill. They can work that off. You say that they wrote off $1.some billion for the business class in this country. They cut the student loan fund from government and forcing the student loan fund to be going after students who are struggling to repay loans. So I am saying to you, my people, the injustice is real. Kemar continuing to rape the minds of all of the children, still having a job in Barbados. But she's the Prime Minister's friend. Because this Kemar, the Constitution was changed for her to become a senator and thereby become a minister. And they kicked out John King from up in St. Philip to bring a Kemar, the biggest disaster that was ever visited on the people of this country and the children. But remember, our Prime Minister was Minister of Education, and she went through the biggest mishap we ever experienced, called the EduTech program. That during COVID, if EduTech was successful, the children of this country will not be suffering from learning loss. That when they had to stay home, they could have had the technology to learn. But at that time, they were more focused on pilfering the people of this country of its financial resources and placing it in debt. They no bribe about a performing economy. And Kevin Williams is running out as the governor of the central bank. This is the same man who was the technical advisor for the IMF. This is the same man who was the personal advisor to Mayor Motley on all issues IMF. He is now the governor of our central bank. And they are advising the government to cut all of these state-owned enterprises, including the National Insurance Fund, where they're asking you to work for 68 to eventually 70, and then 72, telling you to work until you're dead. Will they get a pension at 50? And will they put the Prime Minister, who's the Minister of Finance, to dictate and determine what happens with the NAS funds? And they wrote off over $1 billion in NAS money. During COVID, they destroyed the NAS fund. They changed the legislation to extend the time for severance. So when you want a severance, you don't get your severance. You can get your severance. They told the employers that they didn't have to pay in any money and they could have held it. So I am saying to you, they continue to show you that they're about the business people in this country. They continue to show you that they have to take dictate from the IMF. They continue to show you that they will pimp out and resort this country to anybody who has money. They're doing it. But we must stand in the way.
The report that we're receiving with regard to persons being in danger at the Government Hill institution or in the surrounding areas, those allegations were not true.
When I get there, I see the paramedics and children dropping down, catching panic attacks, and I just want my children out of there. It was at work. I get a call saying that it was a drill. My daughter traumatized. I know how my daughter is, and I do not think it should be a drill with cutlass. Men on the blocks with cutlass, and you got girl children in the school. Right now I was traumatized at work. I could not leave because the state I was in.
I had an opportunity to speak with a parent whose daughter started Spring Memorial School in September of this year. Now that parent shared that her daughter was at school when the assimilation drill occurred and she fainted and her classmates were unable to lift her. She shared that her daughter was taken to the hospital and later to the asthma bay because she was experiencing an asthma attack. I spoke with the daughter this morning and she said there is a level of anxiety she feels as she approaches the school gate because she can recall the event in her mind over and over.
Good morning. I decided to send this voice note as a very irate, concerned parent of a student who attends the Spring Memorial School. My daughter is 12 years old.
You heard it for yourself, and for a time, you did to know what happened at the school. That has psychologically discouraged those girls. But then again, after they have given children that sex survey, that one came funny. Who is the most arrogant and disrespectful minister you've ever seen out in the affairs of our children? It's psychologically discouraged those children. But they the same men, masculine testosterone-filled men, enter a school with those nice little young feminine girls who are there to get an education, to be using cutlass, to be licking off the side of desks, and running children all around the school without consultation, without any involvement from the children, the teachers, and the principal who came up to defend. We understand, because this is an environment where you cannot oppose the government, otherwise you will lose. They control or are trying to control everything, and who they can't control, they're trying to buy. So they will offer you your own money to give up your voice. But I am saying we need to look at the signs and to see that we're heading to full-on dictatorship, where even the same police will no longer have the power they have. The police will be demoted to that of desk cops and road cops, because the army will take a more frontal role into the affairs of this country. And that happens in dictatorship. We recently put one of our former army commanders as the ambassador plenipotentiary to Venezuela. And we recently signed a deal with Venezuela to be getting cheap oil. But still the prices of oil going up, and still gas still going up. But they're selling deals with cheaper oil, but still the price going up. Check it out, China. You don't hear anything about Chinese police, but here with Chinese army. You don't hear anything about North Korean police, but here with North Korean army. So I am saying to you that Barbados is passing in itself into a new self-dictatorship. under this guise of what we call republic. And we've lost all of our traditional relationships. That's why tourists are no longer coming here from England and Europe, because we've cut that string. I don't know what is the significance of burying the Barbados flag in Africa and how it correlates to the new relations that we have with Africa. Because the African Exim Bank has $100 million lined up to invest in the Bridgetown seaport. So along with the Yellows International Airport, going for $10 million a year in chump change for 30 years, and the government switched that to lease the airport if we really wanted it. So we made $80 million a month from that. But still we are giving away the airport for $10 million a year. But you have to ask yourself, who's benefiting from these corrupt deals? Which government minister? We had about 5 or 6 different tourism ministers. I will try to remember who the names of those who can. We had Carrie Simmons. We had Lisa Cummings. We had somebody said Bureau. Yeah. But we had Good Angel. The same thing in water resources. We had Wilfred Abrams. We had Charles Pepper. We had the same Good Angel. And now we have Santia Bradshaw. So you see, check out the Ministry of Health. We have a Minister of Health. They claim that we have the biggest, best hospital. But still when the Minister of Health got injured, my understanding, and it was alleged that he flew up Barbados to go and get medical care. But I understand, because he would not want to wait 10 days, which is the standard in accident emergency. But we have to wait 10 days. And so from now, because they're already running enough for the money, and so from now they will tell you, well, let you know about the digital ID, and you know about some cash, and you know about medical insurance, we're looking at you. And this is a thing in many countries that went through IMF programs. So you're getting more free healthcare, you're getting more free education, because they will start to charge Barbadians for education to go to school. It's amazing you have to pay to go to school if it's not free. Look at K-Bills, they're already cutting back the programs, and they're talking about putting back fees on K-Bills. Because the old K-Bill board has spent $17 million in debt already. But that's where the prices at Polytechnic. Right? So I am saying to you, my people, if you have children and grandchildren to educate in this country, free education is no longer a right, but free education is not a financial decision. All of our leaders, Eric Barrow, Earth Stanford, Tom Madden, Owen Alford, David Thompson, Kemar Stuart, they all did something, and that was to protect the working class people of this country against the pressures of the IMF. That since 2007, the IMF was telling Barbados that they need to tackle the water authority and they need to raise water rates. The government didn't vote forward to that pressure, but this one now is doing everything the IMF says. So that's why they don't have money the ANC. And that's why they continue to cut the rest of the government they own in the process of orthodox. But the IMF says so. So this is why we have this what you call the birth plan. And this birth plan and this IMF Resilience and Sustainability Fund that they're using now to loan the money through the name of climate change in Barbados. We have the poster child with IMF and the Prime Minister, but she's still giving BPS, which is the Australian oil giant, the whites to come off Carolina Bay and further off Barbados to drill oil in this country. They recently issued licenses to these companies to come and drill oil off Barbados. So that means that just now we're not going to be able to bathe at certain beaches because the drilling of oil in certain parts destroys reefs and coastlines. So our tourism product is definitely on its deathbed. And this country is closer to devaluation of the Barbados dollar more than it has ever been in the history of this country. I don't mind talking about all of these borrowed reserves. That is borrowed IMF money. That's the money that they're giving us to control us, to tell us what to do, and to make the rich continuously richer, completely destroy the middle class, reduce growth opportunities through education, which would have given you the economic power to own land, which is the most valuable resource. They're making it harder through land taxes and other injustice of taxes to price land out of the hands of Barbadians. And the IMF and the IADB since 1994 has passed a bill in this country under the last Barbados Labour Party to say that land must not fetch its highest value. That was a very wicked injustice against the people of this country. Because the average house in Barbados now goes for $285,000 and the government is not billing any low-income houses for people in this country. For the sport, you can't even get a mortgage if you ain't got a permanent job in this country. Do you know how many civil servants are on contracts? Do you know how many civil servants are only temporary? Do you know how many people working in the private sector are on contracts? So you can't get a house and you can't get land. And land is the asset that has taken many of Barbadians into the middle class. If you drive around some of these middle class areas, especially in St. Philip, you will see for sale, for sale, for sale, for sale, for sale, for sale. Because so many people are losing their jobs and losing their assets, that the banks in this country are snatching out houses like nothing. Because the people cannot afford to pay. The government is also snatching out houses because people cannot afford to pay the land tax. So we have people taking corrupt deals and going in the land registry and paying off people to have first dibs on government property and government land. We even have ministers doing that type of corrupt business in Barbados. So many people stand up against the injustice. I want to thank you all for coming out, braving the weather to get here. It shows your true commitment to the cause and the fight for Barbadians. And that Barbados will remain for Barbadians, and Barbados will not be a country for any international sadists or international people who will continue to perpetrate injustice, rape, and robbery of the poor people of this country. So in the name of the Father, our Lord, and all the brilliant leadership that we have, all I ask for is to raise up a good set of men and women who will call themselves leaders who will take care of the affairs of Barbadians. Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming out. Get home safe and have a good Saturday afternoon.